Hi, it's Miss Mary with a March book Nook. And boy, have I got some great titles I'm so excited to share with you today. The first one is by a couple of my favorites, the team of Michael Rosen and Helen Oxenbury. They wrote one of my favorite versions of We're Going on a Bear Hunt. This book came out, I think, in September of 2025. It's titled, Oh Dear, Look What I Got. And y'all, I love this story. It's got so much silly rhyming in it. So this kid goes to the store and I went to the shop to get me a carrot. Oh dear, they gave me a parrot. Oh dear, look what I got. Do I want that? No, I do not. And of course, she keeps going back to the shop. She goes to get a hat. She gets a cat. She goes to get a coat. She gets a goat. It just goes on and on and on. The illustrations are classic. They are sweet and hilarious. And I love that at the end, there's a pup that chases the bear, that steps on a snake, that hisses at the goat, that butts the cat, that startled the pigeon, and that squawked and flew. And oh dear, what shall I do? Knock, knock, who's there? I wonder who. Do I want that? And look, it's all the things that the kid asked for at the store. And the kid says, yes, I do. This is a fun, silly book to read aloud and together and to work on rhyming. Classic. The next story I want to share with you, I think also came out around September of 2025. This one's by Van Garrett, and it's titled Kicks. Some of you may have noticed I've really gotten into my sneakers lately. I have always loved a fresh, brand new, clean pair of kicks. And this book is an ode to kicks and the joy of a brand new pair of sneakers. It's colorful, it's rhythmic, it rhymes, it's an adventure. So if you too have a shoe lover in your family, Kicks might be a book for you. This next story, like I said, also came out, I think, in September of 2025, and it's titled We Go Slow. The illustrations in this book are beautiful. I was going to tell you, I think this is by Aaron Becker and Maria Hadessa Akiri-Talley. I apologize, I forgot to look up how to pronounce it first. But this is the story of a child and her grandfather, and they make it a point to go slow and to notice so many things around them as they go for a walk. Like I said, the illustrations here are rich and worth exploring, and the pace of the story is slow, and it really highlights some of the beautiful memories that you can make when you go slow and some of the amazing things that you notice when you go slow. So if you want to think about being intentionally slower in our great, big, busy, fast-paced world sometimes, maybe you want to check out We Go Slow. Just thinking about that book just makes me feel so good. This next book, I think, came out around October of 2025. This is Ruby Maps Her World by Jane Yolen, best-selling picture book author Jane Yolen, and illustrated by Dow Fomerick. And this is the story of a girl who goes out with her journal, follows her mom, and begins literally mapping her world. It's a great story. It's a very thoughtful picture book. But one of the things I love is that here in the back, you can see the map that Ruby makes. But also, there's extending story responses. You know I love back matter. So there's talk about how to do map viewing, how to map your neighborhood, spatial thinking, story mapping, heart mapping, more books about maps. So, and also look, there's a key back here so you guys can explore representation on a map. I was kind of obsessed with maps as a kid. I thought maybe one day I might even grow up to be a cartographer. So if this is part of something that you are exploring in school, homeschool, whatever, or you just think maps are cool, maybe look up the picture book Ruby Maps Her World for a great introduction to that. Nunu and the Sea by Isabella Kuhn came out again in October, I think, of 2025. Another picture book with absolutely astounding illustrations. This is a very emotional story about a girl and her origami boat, and she's using her imagination and her artistic creativity to navigate the uncharted waters of her big emotions and trying to find her way back home. I'll just kind of skip to one of my favorite parts at the end. She can always build again, create again. Find her way home again. It's not, it's really kind of giving me Where the Wild Books art, Where the Wild Things Are vibes. That rich, imaginative life, dealing with big emotions and finding our way back home. So come for the illustrations, come for the narrative, come for both. But Nunu in the Sea by Isabella Kuhn might be a great book about big feelings. Bored. This is one that just came out February of 2026. This is by Felicita Sala. And let me tell you, this is an amazing book about a girl named Rita who was bored. I mean, she is so bored. And her family doesn't even care. And then slowly, she begins imagining this, and which leads her to imagine that, which leads her to imagine this other thing, which leads her to imagine this other thing. And before you know it, when her parents call her down for dinner, she's too busy. She's too busy imagining. So if you have a kiddo that frequently says that they're bored, this might be a good story for you. And another one that just came out this month, this is my last book in the book nook today, is Hello Baby, It's Me, Alfie by Maggie Hutchings and Dawn Lowe. This is the sweetest book about a little kiddo named Alfie whose mom is expecting a new baby. And it's Alfie just talking to the baby. Hello baby, it's me, Alfie. I just learned you're on the way. It's me, Alfie. I saw your picture today. Guess what? And here you can see the picture of the ultrasound. The love Alfie has for this new sibling that's coming is amazing. It's me, Alfie. You kicked me today. I think you were saying, I love you, Alfie. I love this story. Later on, it's me, Alfie. I drew you a rainbow, but I ran out of yellow. That's what all the crying was about. Sorry, it was so loud. Oh my goodness. I just can't wait for Alfie to meet this new little sibling. It's me, Alfie. I made a space in my room for you today, and I wrapped your special present. Oh, we're getting close to the end. Look, this is how it ends. Hello, baby. It's me, Alfie, with Alfie looking down into the baby's bed or crib. Oh my goodness, precious, precious story. A great one if you have a kiddo and with a little sibling on the way. All right, those are just some of my favorite books from, the past couple months. Thank you for hanging out with me on this book nook today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.